Hey guys.
Hello.
So, we did it.
We are done.
We made it through 75 hard. It was hard.
It was hard. It was probably one of the most challenging things I've ever done in my life.
For sure. And it's not any one thing. It's not any one day. It's not nothing. It's the combination of every day after every day after every day after every day and doing all 5 things every day. What would you say the hardest day was?
The hardest day?
Yep.
I don't know the specific day, but I know that it was on a weekend.
Really?
Yeah.
Explain yourself.
Because on the weekends, like, you work, or I guess I can only speak for ourselves, but like, we get up super early during the week, every single day, work out, do all of this stuff. We go to work, stay up late sometimes to get other stuff done, and it's just the vicious cycle. So in the past, used to having the weekend to like just kind of unwind, but we just go, and because we use that time to go and adventure and explore and do the things that we enjoy to do that's not revolved around work. And so it was kind of later in 75 hard where I was just exhausted mentally, physically, body is just dragging, we're out exploring, and like I didn't want to. I think it was hard.
I think my hardest day was the day we went back for your doctor's appointment.
Yeah?
Yeah, we left at 6 in the morning and got back at 11:30 at night. We drove like 16 hours.
Sure.
My food actually spoiled, so we had to make adjustments on the run because we had our cooler full of food. We were ready for the day. We had everything planned out. We got up at like 4 in the morning to do one workout, and then drove like 9 hours, and then did another workout, and then in the meantime my food had spoiled. We had to make them adjustments on the fly. Like, that was just a long drive day, all day, with no option to work out, or like we just had to keep driving. So like all the things that are easily, like, oh, we'll just stop and grab a pizza or fast food or whatever, and then like, oh, we just won't work out because it's, we're driving all day, or whatever. I won't drink my water because then we have to stop to pee all the time. Or like, every one of them are excuses that we could have made.
Sure.
And we still were able to get our reading in, our workouts in, our food in, our water in, our pictures in, but it was an entire day of driving.
Yeah, like you couldn't slack on anything.
Sure.
You had to be prepared and planned, and yeah, that was a hard day.
And to
for
me,
sure.
We did not, I know Andy's new video said that you go until you fall asleep, but to us, the whole time it was midnight to midnight is a 24-hour day, and this was for 75 days. So every day we were done before midnight.
Yeah.
And so getting back at 11:30, I'm glad we worked out in the middle stretch, or we would have never made it before midnight.
Sure.
But yeah, so if you do the math on that, we left at 6 in the morning and got back at 11:30 at night. We literally got up at 4, worked out, drove all day. Foods were a disaster and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, we really had like 4.5 hours of free time in that whole day. So it was insane.
It was insane. I would say another hard part for me was just a few weekends ago, I had difficulty drinking my water, and I don't even know what happened. I know it came down on me because that was probably like my worst part, is drinking my water. Like, that was probably the one thing I struggle with the most, is trying to get my gallon of water in, especially on the weekends. During the week it's not hard, on the weekends for some reason it seems hard. And it was like 8 o'clock at night and I still had a quarter of a gallon maybe to go, and I just like felt waterlogged. Like, my stomach hurt and I was just trying to get my water down, and it was a mess. Like, I felt nauseous, but I mean, I made it because like I was determined, and like I was going to drink my water. And you know, I could have stayed up all night to try to finish it, but I wanted to be done because, for one, we go to bed early, so, you know, I didn't want to have to stay up super late just to finish my water, but it was a struggle.
Sure. And then we worked out in sleet, a blizzard, sun, lightning storm, rain several times. Walked several miles in rain.
Yeah.
Wind.
Windy, yeah.
Dark, light.
All the elements, basically.
Yeah, at all hours of the day.
We worked out in. Other than hail. I don't think we hit hail.
No, we got sleet that time. It was blizzardy. But yeah, I mean, it's all things that nobody wants to do. I never wanted to walk in the rain.
Mm-mm.
I never wanted to drink a gallon at 8 o'clock at night, you know.
And if there's one thing that I hate, and yes, I'm saying hate, is one, being cold, and two, being wet and cold. And I had to endure that several times.
Yeah, the cold for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just, I mean, there was absolutely challenge. I read some paperback books.
Mm-hmm.
I read some digital books.
How many books did you complete?
Where did I start?
I don't remember. I know.
I think I only finished 2 and got a long ways into Tools of Titans.
Okay. I know I finished 3. One was a really big book that I started with, and then, which I already had been reading before the challenge, so that kind of helped. And then the other 2 were smaller type books. One was paperback, one was a digital. But so I completed 3 books.
Sure. Took a picture every day.
Yeah, I gotta clean out my gallery.
Yeah,
because it's full of just pictures of selfies.
I think I actually have 90 pictures because we started a challenge before 75 hard.
We did.
And so I think I actually have 90 pictures.
Yeah.
And one thing that I learned was the second that you thought about something, just to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I know that sounds stupid because I had planned every day like when and how to be successful, but like when we got back from the gym we always took our picture. But if I like sat down and thought picture, I just got right back up, set my phone up and took a picture because I knew that if I like, oh yeah, picture, and then didn't, I knew that I'd forget it. And so it was just like constant, you know, reminder. And if you thought of something, just do it. Like, oh hey, we got to read.
Right.
Just get your book out.
And I think it helps you because, like, especially during the week, excuse me, we got into a routine of things. And so, like he said, like, we got up, we would work out, we would have a break in between. Sorry, there's something weird going on out there. So we'd go work out, and then we'd have a break, and then we'd work out our second workout, and then we would eat breakfast, read, take picture. Well, you would take your picture before. So like we always had these like every single day, Monday through Friday, this is exactly what we did. And so by the time pretty much 7 o'clock hit in the morning, we were done with everything other than water and then the food we had left for the day.
Sure, and our food were always planned out for the whole week, and so like food wasn't a problem. As long as you didn't go buy something or eat something you weren't supposed to, which is on you anyhow.
Right.
When you're planned out like we were.
Right.
Which made ours harder because we were counting calories, we were counting macros, and actually I made like 6 adjustments to cut calories as we went, just to make it a little harder, just to end up with...
Well, and to reach goals that we had set for ourselves too.
And so, with that, man, I was gonna say something. But yeah, it's just the daily. It's 100% a mindset. Like I said in our last video, if you're not 100% committed to doing it, just stop now, because you won't make it. It'll be the day that it's raining and you're tired and you don't want to drink water, and then you'll just say fuck it. And like it literally, like everybody sees how hard we work at this. Everybody sees how hard we push at our businesses and shit like that, and how determined we are, and we know we're gonna make it. But there was days that it was like, screw it, I ain't doing it, you know. And so we have the same issues as everybody. We are not special. We are not nothing. Like I've had people reach out and say, "You guys are so strong mentally," and like, no, like we just set our mind to it, and there left no room for. I think the biggest thing that Andy blew on this whole thing was telling people that they could restart. Yeah. Because I felt like that wasn't out then. And everybody was like, oh, well, I made it 10 days and all I had to do was restart. Oh, I'm not going to drink my water today and all I got to do is restart. Oh, well, like my mindset was completely different. There was no restart. There was no second chance. I was not doing it again. If I'd have got to day 68, I would have stopped. I wouldn't have done it again, period, because I know how I work. So if I would have been like, oh, there's a reset, well, I would have just reset every week. Oh, let's get drunk tonight. Okay, cool, reset. You know, I did not allow that. It was strictly one and done, period, no questions asked. And there was several days, I'll be the first one to tell you, that it was literally just check off the boxes because I did not want to do it. I didn't give a fuck about finishing it. All I wanted to do was check the marks off and be done for the day. Like there, you know, I'll tell you, there was not some of my best days in the gym or my best days doing this. There was some days that I had read the 10 pages and didn't even remember what I read. But I did the requirements and I checked off the boxes. I mean, that's literally how hard it gets. Some days it's just everything you have just to check off the boxes.
But I think the fascinating part about it is that even though it's such a mental struggle, I mean, it's physically, it's mentally exhausting, that you do have those days where you just feel like I just need to get through this day. Mm-hmm. But then you get to the point where you start to learn the lessons of the challenge and you see the things of how you're growing as a person mentally, physically, your body's changing, your habits are changing, you're mentally gaining knowledge and, you know, becoming more productive and focused. And I think that that's obviously what this whole challenge is about. And I know that if you listen to Andy Frisella on his podcast, the MFCEO Project, you'll hear him talk about that as well. And it's true. I mean, you do have this whole different like mental clarity on life and like production, and it's super
sure. And some awesome. Like the days that I'm saying where literally you just checked off the boxes, them were some of the most learning days. Like, sure. This isn't about working out towards, or this isn't about taking your picture. This is about doing exactly what you don't want to do to be successful.
For sure.
Period. And that's what I found in it. Mm-hmm. So what's next?
So what's next is if you have been following Andy Frisella and doing the hashtag 75hard or thinking about it, you've probably learned by now that he is doing a phase 1 that comes after hashtag 75hard.
This was basically a boot camp, he said.
Exactly. And so although we are going to do phase 1, we are taking a little break just because we do everything together as a team. And I have to go have surgery on Thursday. So the day that this video is actually going to be dropped, I will be having surgery. And so just to give ourselves, especially myself, a little time to recover. And I'm hoping to start phase 1 on July 1st.
Which is Monday.
So, and then it gives us the entire month of July.
So after phase 1, you have to take 30 days off.
Mandatory.
That will be part of our rest and relaxation. Mm-hmm. But when she says surgery on Thursday, start on Monday, there's a good chance she means it.
Yeah. And I mean, when we started 75 Hard, I didn't even really know that I was going to have surgery. I'd been having problems with endometriosis, with pains coming back that I've suffered with for years. And so when he's talking about we went back and took that long drive, that was back for a doctor's appointment where I found out I had to have surgery. And I could have scheduled my surgery sooner, but maybe you call it stubbornness and whatnot, it doesn't matter, but I wanted to finish 75 Hard. I started something, I wanted to finish it. There's not too many things in my past life that I had started and actually finished. And I knew how much hard work and determination was put into it, and I was not about to just be done with it. So we scheduled it for the soonest time that we could when we knew that we were going to be done with the challenge. And now we are ready for phase
Prerequisite
1.
for phase 1 is you have to finish 75 hard. So we will definitely finish phase 1 first try, one and done. He gave another out where you can retry and restart and blah blah blah.
We're doing
It's
it
a
one
bunch
time.
of bullshit. Either you're doing it or you ain't. Period. End of story. It's all mindset.
So what is phase 1?
Phase 1 is the exact same shit from 75 hard. 2 workouts a day, minimum 45 minutes. 1 has to be outside, 1 gallon of water, 1 picture, 10 pages of an entrepreneurial book, and you have to follow a diet. I do have some different stipulations I'm gonna put on myself this time. I am gonna go 0 carb. More on that to come. I know everybody's heard me talk about keto and blah blah blah, but I am gonna go 0 carb. So you're gonna want to wait for that video and why I'm gonna do it. With that, I'm also gonna go no microwave.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna use a microwave anymore. And as most of you know, we live in a motel, so start to figure this shit out. I don't want to hear that you got excuses. Surgery, no microwave, no carb.
You can
Okay,
do it.
then you also have to take a 5-minute cold shower.
And cold.
Like can't breathe right.
You
cold.
want to be out. It's so miserable.
You have to do 10 minutes of active visualization of what your goals, your career, whatever you're trying to visualize, the next step. And then you also have to do 3 additional things off of your power list, which is his thing. Episode 107 will explain that, and his latest episode will explain the phase 1. And after phase 1 is complete, you have to take 30 days off before you can start phase 2, and phase 2 hasn't even been released yet.
Sure.
You have to finish all of this in 1 calendar year. So since we started in 2019, we'll finish in 2019.
Yes, we will.
I promise you we will get to the end. There is no do-overs. There is no restarts. I don't give a fuck how cold it gets out. We will get this done. With that,
I really don't have anything
pray
else.
for us in Tanya's surgery.
Yes,
And
please.
pray that you get to continue to see all of our shit.
With that, we hope that you guys have enjoyed following along our journey with #75hard. I know sometimes we didn't seem too into it in our videos, and we apologize for that. It's just sometimes it can just be a little bit exhausting, and we apologize for displaying that to you and showing that we're not that into it.
Sure.
But I promise you that we are. So yeah, stay tuned for, I'm sure we will be keeping you updated with phase 1 when that starts.
And make sure you watch for the no carb.
Yeah.
With that,